Hi, I'm Rodney Porche, councilman here in the town of Awendaw. Let me give you a little brief history of what happened here in Awendaw. Back in 1989, when Hurricane Hugo hit, this whole area was devastated. After the devastation, it was hard for Awendaw to receive any type of FEMA help, any type of supplies. So the citizens here in Awendaw was kind of left out of the loop. It was only Mount Pleasant and McClellanville, east of the Cooper. And because of that, through the help of Mayor Green, who was with Berkeley Co-op at the time, my father, and some other leaders here in the community, they decided to form a town. And the town of Awendaw was formed in 1992. I was born here in Awendaw. I live here in Awendaw and I raised my family here in Awendaw. I've got a small business here in Awendaw as well. I have served on town council since 2009. Since I've served on town council, I have watched this town grow tremendously. It has attracted the eyes of a lot of businesses as well as a lot of citizens in the Low Country and around the country to move here and be a part of Awendaw. Everything from the beauty of Cape Romaine Wildlife Refuge, Awendaw Trail, and our annual Blue Crab Festival has attracted people from all over the country. Thousands of people come to Awendaw just for the Blue Crab Festival, and we're very proud of that. On November 7th is a very special election here in the town of Awendaw. Now, my opponents may call themselves Team Awendaw, but they've just recently moved here themselves. Whenever you need someone to take you around Awendaw to meet citizens, you haven't been in Awendaw long enough. Awendaw is not a team. Awendaw is my home. Awendaw is my community. We are family here in the town of Awendaw. So on November 7th, go out and vote. Powell, Porche, Dawson. Homegrown, not development owned. Thank you.
I was born and raised in Awendaw, lived here all my life. Time that was spent away was spent with my husband with the military. We did a military career as family. Upon retirement, we came back and rebooted in Awendaw. My background comes from a family of service. As far back as I can remember, I was taught as a child to always be able to do something to help somebody. Even from the times of being with my grandparents, traveling on the weekends, going to and fro, visiting sick ones, doing things in the community to help somebody. My mother was notorious for making sure that her children had an ethics of working, loving, and caring. Not just in a job per se for a salaried payment, but to know that to give back is what God has brought us on this earth to do. Even before coming on to town council, I did my due diligence. I volunteered in every capacity within the town. The inception of the Blue Crab, when it started at town hall with, I think it was 5 bushels of crab, we were there. We supported that. And we watched as it blossomed into what it is right now. I've gone through every training for BZA, for the Planning Commission, for just being a voice for the people in the town. I've done it all. I've been there for the people. I've heard their cries and I've asked the questions. That's what I've done. Serving on town council is again an extension of my time of committing to this area of the world that is second to none. There's nothing like Awendaw. You know, I've got so much history in this town, stories that are being told. My family is part of that history. So I'm trying to enhance that for everybody, not just for a few, but for everybody. And when we're talking about doing things for the good of the people, when we're talking about the rules and regulations, we've got to understand the standard is for everybody. I can't pick and choose. It's got to be for everybody. That's my family. That's those who are coming here, those who've been here. We serve the same sets of rules for everybody. This election is important. On November 7th, I need your support and I need your vote. I'm here because I'm representing your family. I'm here because the love of Awendaw extends between you, me, and everyone who calls Awendaw home. One family, one unit. I'm one voice, but that voice will represent you. I need you to also have voices who will be like-minded to make sure that we are understood. And I would like for you to make sure that you, when you're voting, Sheila Powell, Rodney Porche, Stacia Dawson. Homegrown, but we understand when family grows, we've got to adjust to the growing pains. And the growing pains is only meant to make it better for everybody in the family. One family, the town of Awendaw.
Awendaw Sanitation is a family-oriented business, but not only for our family, but it allows us to bring job opportunities to our community and to others in the Low Country. We have been operating for a year and a half now. One of the reasons why we got started with Awendaw Sanitation Services was because it was a need in the community. Born and raised in the town of Awendaw, always noticed that our grandparents, parents, myself had to struggle with hauling household waste to the dump. Then recently, a couple years ago, a lot of the residents in the town of Awendaw have been experiencing some, I would say, rough times with our local dumps. Sometimes their scheduling, their hours are not as their scheduled hours that they do have that's posted on most of their websites have not been the hours that they have been operating. So a lot of the residents have been pretty upset when it came to making sure they are able to take their waste to the dumps because it was closed and not being open during the scheduled hours. We've seen a lot of trash that's been being dumped in our ditches, down many of the dirt roads. People just go and leave piles of trash there. So me and my husband, we spoke about it, and we thought it would be a great idea and a great resource to bring to our community. Yes, it's a family business. My husband and my two kids, Tyreek and Miles, and we do employ family members and friends and different residents from the area. This local election is very important. November 7th, next Tuesday, November 7th, I need your vote. Awendaw, I need you. Vote for me. Know that I am committed to my community. Know that this is home for me, and know that I will make the best decisions for our community. Re-elect Sheila Powell, re-elect Rodney Porche, and vote Stacia Dawson. Dawson, Powell, Porche. Vote for us November 7th. See you next Tuesday.